All right, what's up, everybody? My name is Robert Khabbaz. I'm with eXp Realty. Today I'm with Caitlin Johnson from White Star Movers. She's the general manager of White Star Movers. She's here with us today. We're going to do a little bit of a back and forth interview process. She has some questions for me as a real estate agent. I have some questions for her as the manager of a moving company. So we kind of go hand in hand in our businesses. So we've been trying to set something like this up, and today we're doing it. So how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. This is take number 2 of this awesome video because of some unexpected things that just happened. But it's take number 2, and we're excited to be here. So, are you ready for some questions?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Awesome. So, first question I have for you: what are the services that you can provide to your customers?
So we can do literally whatever you want as far as packing, unpacking, moving. So they're going to set everything up where you want it. They'll take everything down. We don't do disconnection or reconnection of appliances, so we don't hold insurance to disconnect gas or water. Okay. We also don't do, big gym equipment or whatnot as far as disassembly goes when there's cables involved and whatnot. So we can set up somebody still though to come out, take care of all that, get everything set up. It's definitely a process if you want it to look like, you didn't move into this new house and have everything exactly how you left it. It's going to be a couple days, but we can do literally anything as far as that goes, as small to just moving a couple pieces around in your house. Okay.
So pretty much whatever you want.
Yep, whatever you want.
Other than hooking up utilities or taking apart appliances. Awesome. Okay, so question number 2. Can hiring movers be budget friendly?
Yes, we can definitely work with your budget. It's all based on the time that it takes. Okay. So we can work with that. You say, I want to spend $500. We'll tell you how much time that gets you and how many pieces we can move. And if there's extra time, they can even throw some more pieces on the truck and maybe get more done than what you were expecting.
Okay. What can I expect on moving day?
You can expect it to go smooth as smooth as possible. So again, kind of the ball's in your court as far as what you're looking for. So if you you want to be budget friendly, then I'd say be as prepared as possible. But from us, you can expect floor protection, door protection, moving things in and out of your front door. They're gonna have covers for that. Just kind of eliminate any possibilities for dings and nicks. And then they're gonna wrap all your furniture, shrink wrap anything that's white, keep it clean. And then when you get to your new place, they're gonna put everything where you want it, set it up, and get it back, hopefully to somewhat of a livable condition for that night. Okay.
Next question, how long will the move take?
So again, totally depends.
Yep.
I would plan on that being your whole day.
Okay.
I think that a lot of times people try to fit too much in, and you're like, I gotta meet my cable guy here, at this time, and you're spreading yourself too thin. I would say moving day is moving day. Okay. I think for that, maybe I have a question for you that I want to throw in there with that. But so we usually try to advise people against moving on closing day.
Yes.
Because there could always be that potential hiccup. So you agree?
Oh yeah, 100%. You should not move on.
I mean, we have been in positions where like, hey, we're gonna go close on our new place. We'll be right back. Yep. Everything's loaded on the truck, and they're like, yeah, we didn't close. Yeah. And you have no.
And that happens more than you would think. Yeah. So it's that's a good point to make.
So do not
close on. Do not close on moving day, or do not move on closing day. That's what it is. Do not move on closing day, unless it's. I mean, if you're gonna take some of your stuff, like just drive something over there, but just don't hire movers on moving day because it can get sticky. I just thought of actually a question that is not in my thing of questions here, that maybe a lot of people don't think of, or whether it's appropriate or not appropriate. But should you tip your movers?
So,
I know it's like...
It's a good question. People ask all the time. Yeah. So I guess for us at our company, our guys have benefits. They have 401k. So they're not like a waiter or a waitress is what I would always say. Their pay is not based on tips. Sure. If you think they did a great job and you want to tip them, they would be more than happy. But again, not like a waiter or a waitress. It's not expected. Okay. It's appreciate but not expected. I would say that you're not like, oh, hey, they were kind of cheap. No, absolutely not. It is not something that they're expecting every day. Okay. That's good.
We
get asked that all the time. Yep. And then people, and I can't tell you an amount. People give anywhere from $5 to, I don't know, $50. It's whatever you feel. And everyone's move is different. You could be a 2-hour move and you could be 3 days. Okay. So it just depends.
Are moving companies only for the rich and famous?
I don't think so. Nope, definitely not.
Awesome. I think that was it. Let me see. Last one. Is it possible to book a last minute move?
So that's really hard. That's kind of part of some of the questions that I have. So we only book, I would say, a week to 10 days out. Again, every company is different, but for us, that's pretty standard.
Okay.
Obviously, June, July, and August, busier time of year to move. We're looking at more like 10 days to 2 weeks booking out. But again, most people are last minute because you're waiting on those closing dates, and everything's such a domino effect. You know, the people you're buying the house from, their house, everything has such an effect that you can't book sometimes too far in advance because you're waiting on so many different factors.
Sure.
So a last minute move is always possible. Somebody could have canceled and we could squeeze you in. But the more notice you have, the better. But again, it's hard to plan around closings and everything else.
Okay.
So.
Well, that is all the questions that I have for you.
So I have a lot of questions that we get asked regularly,
Sure.
I guess. And is this standard? And I guess I don't know. So I think it helps to kind of ask you. I would say the number one question we get asked is about possession. And so, what's normal? Do most people hand over keys at closing? Say you get 30 days of possession. A lot of people are asking, do we have to pay for that? It's...
So everything is always negotiable in a sale. Everything is always negotiable. So basically there's no, 30 days is, if you're somebody that you're living in your house, you do not have an arrangement yet to go to the next place, if you're not moving with your parents or you don't have something lined up, you're most likely going to need at least 30 days because from start of the purchase agreement to when you close, that's going to be 30 days. And then if you get an additional 30 days, you have 60 days of time to figure out your situation. That's usually enough time for most people, unless they're really slackers and they just save it for the end, and which that does happen. Yep. And they have to move somebody into your house or something. But
what happens if you're not moved? Like you get 30 days.
And you're just not gone?
You're just not gone.
Unfortunately, there's really nothing that the new buyer can do to get in. If that really is the case, and we've actually run into this a couple times, if they're not gone, you legally, there's nothing you can legally do. You have to go through an eviction process to actually get them out, which is kind of, I've never actually seen it go to that far.
So just recently with COVID, we've been having a lot of people call and say, oh, my movers just canceled. Somebody in their office, one of their crew is exposed to somebody. And so then they're stuck.
Yeah.
They're so stuck.
Yeah.
And so
most times you're able to work out the situation with the buyer or seller. Usually money solves all issues. So if that did come down to that, you may have to just float them some money and they'll probably be fine. But some people, when they buy a house and they give you 30 days, they want that house. That's their house. They have their mover set up, so it's a big domino effect sometimes, and it's it can be very tricky, especially if you're getting in a situation where this person is buying this house and this person couldn't buy this house without selling this house first, and now you have 4 different families trying to figure out possession and moving days, and it can get really crazy sometimes. So
let's say you close on the 15th.
Yep.
And then they give you 30 days after.
Yep.
This is a question people, again, always ask, are you always paying?
No. A lot of times, like I said, that's very negotiable. So standard would be, yes, what you would do is you would take that mortgage payment, whatever it's going to be, taxes, insurance, everything, and you would just divide it by 30, and that per day amount is what you would pay. A lot of times some people may want the house so bad, and it's a negotiating point. Say, hey, we'll buy the house and we'll give you 30 days free possession. You don't have to pay us a dime.
Gotcha.
So it really just depends on the situation. Every deal is different. So, but typically I would say they do pay. Yeah.
Okay. So we've had in the past, people will reach out and say, hey, I'm moving in a year, but I want you to come in and we need to declutter. How much would you say that helps somebody sell their house?
A lot. Decluttering helps so much. If you're usually what happens is if you're a big family and all your kids move out and you're going to downsize later, you usually have 1 or 2 bedrooms that's just filled with just stuff. And that just gets compiled over the years. So it's always good to just try to get those bedrooms as empty as possible. If you're really serious about selling and you want to get top dollar, you want the house to look as presentable as possible. So you're going to go through, just get rid of all the unnecessary things. Even just like sometimes I tell people, it's worth it just to go get a storage unit. If you can't get rid of it, just go get a storage unit and just put the stuff there so the house looks better and it feels better,
Yep. So so for something like that, we'll come in sometimes and we have storage. So we'll bring stuff back, clear stuff out. People are always like, what about our closets? Can we stuff stuff in our closets? Are people looking at that? Like, how much of an effect do you think that really has?
The closets, I mean, people are almost expected to feel like, to see a closet that's just jam-packed full of stuff. I mean, nobody's going to open a closet and go, oh, well,
they're messy.
It's packed. I'm not going to buy this house,
right.
But it always does help to see if it is a nice closet, if it's a big walk-in closet. I mean, you want it to be as empty as possible because you want them to see the full effect of that closet. So it can help, but like a standard closet, I would say it's fine.
Right. Shove it all in there.
Shove it in there if that's the only option you have.
Right.
I mean,
right. So sometimes in that same stance, they'll ask like, how soon should we reach out to a realtor? Mm-hmm. We're thinking about selling in a year. I mean, how soon is too soon to reach out to you and start moving forward and taking a look at?
It's never too soon. I mean, reach out, get them out there to look at the house. Tell them if you're waiting a year. I mean, you just never know. You may not want to wait a year. Sometimes a realtor can come in and change your mind just because the market, you're going to get more for your house now than you are this time next year. So depending on your situation, it may be more lucrative to sell your house, go find some temporary housing and wait because you'll make more money that way. But I mean, anytime, and there's really no good or bad time or set amount of time that you need to reach out. So.
Okay, and then one of my last questions, I guess, is things on the wall, like TVs. Everyone has their TV. Most people have their TVs mounted now. Do TV mounts stay? What about drapes? Different things like that. Is there a standard or? So
normally the rule of thumb is that if it's fixed to the property, it should stay with the property. Now TV mounts have been kind of a gray area. Usually you can take those with you. I mean, they're yours, they're personal property. You've put them there. I know they're mounted to the wall. If you do take them with you, it is kind of like a courtety that you fill in the holes that it's a courtesy that you would do. It's like I don't know. It's kind of expected, you would just do that.
That's not expected for like a picture that you take down.
No, and we've kind of run into this a couple times, but people buy a house it's not a brand new house. Obviously, most houses are not new construction. They understand people have been living there.
Still has, these minor things.
Exactly. So it's kind of everybody's different. When I leave a house, I try to leave it in good condition. Obviously, I'm not going to try to fill every single hole that's been on the wall, that has a little nail hole in it. But, most of the time people are going to come in and paint anyway, so they're going to fill in those holes and do it anyway. So, but leave it in nice condition and presentable. It's something that somebody's not going to walk in and it smells and the refrigerator's messy and, so... presentable condition, but to go back to your original question, anything that's affixed to the property, drapes. I mean, drapes are on usually a rod that you can take off, but the things that are actually affixed to the wall, I mean, you would leave there. So usually drapes you can take with you, but the mounts and everything you should leave. Okay. So it's.
Is that something that's usually negotiated?
It can be negotiated too. And usually if somebody feels very strongly, if a buyer feels very strongly about it, like, hey, I want those drapes or I want those window dressings or whatever, they write it into the offer and they'll put it in there, and if they really want the TV mounts, hey, this is what we're offering, and we also want the TV mounts to be left there. So I've seen it that way, but it can get really dicey if that's not talked about or negotiated.
Yeah, it seems like that should be a point where you should just iron that out, because it's a question frequently, I would say.
Sure. Yep. But yeah.
I feel like that's all I have for you. Do you have any other?
I don't think so. No, I think that's it. So thank you so much for doing this. This is awesome. Yeah, we'll do it again sometime.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Awesome. Thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed. And if you need any moving services, Caitlin Johnson, where can they find you?
Yeah, so White Star Movers, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram at White Star Movers. You can always call our office. Check out our website, whitestarmovers.com, or send us an email, info@whitestarmovers.com.
Awesome.
Perfect.
All
Thanks,
right.
Robbie.
That's it. Thank you, and we will see everybody next time.